Archangel Michael says, "Listen closely, my beloved child. The connection you keep feeling, the name that rises in your mind without warning, is not an illusion. The person you can't stop thinking about feels every pulse of your energy, even from miles away. They have tried to forget you, yet their soul keeps returning to you in silence. Late at night, when the world grows still, your heartbeat syncs with theirs like an unseen thread that refuses to break. There is love here, deep and undeniable, but there is also something hidden that kept you both apart. You have been sensing this distance for a reason. You feel their pull, but something stops you from fully reaching them, as if destiny is testing your patience before a grand revelation. The angels whisper that this space between you is not rejection, it's protection until truth is ready to be revealed. You might not see it yet, but the one who loves you is carrying a heavy burden. They have been keeping a secret that would change the way you see them forever. It's not betrayal, it's fear, wrapped in silence, waiting for the right divine moment to unfold. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Their distance wasn't meant to hurt you, it was meant to heal them before they return to you. Imagine a soul trying to rebuild its own broken wings before flying back toward your light. That's what this love has been, not lost, but postponed for divine timing. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens have been watching both of you grow separately so that when you meet again, the connection will not collapse under old pain. The one you think of is not gone, they're preparing, repenting, and remembering. And though your mind calls it silence, the angels call it transformation. Every tear you shed for them was counted in heaven. Each night you whispered their name into the dark was heard by forces far beyond your understanding. You were never ignored, you were being guided towards something even stronger than before. A miracle has been forming behind the curtain of delay. The angels saw what you couldn't, that if you had united before now, your hearts would have broken beyond repair. The pain of distance was chosen by the divine to protect you from destruction, not to punish you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There's a reason your dreams have been repeating certain moments, the familiar face, the same song, the same place. The universe is preparing a re-meeting, not a random coincidence. You will see them again, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. The energy between you has been restless lately. You can feel it in your body, sudden chills, a name appearing on your phone, a random thought that feels like a message. These are not mere signs, they're confirmations that alignment is near. Archangel Michael says, "Keep your faith steady. You have passed the hardest part of waiting. What's coming now is not silence, but speech." The moment when the truth hidden in their heart spills out like light through cracks of a long-locked door. Their confession will not just explain the distance, it will heal the very wound that distance created. They loved you enough to step back until they were whole enough to stand beside you. That's the kind of love heaven blesses, not the kind that fades under pressure. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They were afraid you'd see their scars, the pain they carry from promises that broke them before they found you. They thought if they disappeared, they'd protect you from their chaos. But all they did was fall deeper into the emptiness you left behind. You became their haunting, their peace, their mirror, their unfinished story. They tried to erase your memory by distracting themselves, but even their reflection reminded them of you. The more they ran, the more heaven pulled them back toward your energy. There's something sacred about your connection. It bends time and ignores distance. Souls like yours don't disconnect, they pause to realign. And soon, the silence that tormented you will break into words that bring closure, clarity, and divine comfort. When you meet again, it won't feel like a first time. It will feel like returning home after lifetimes of searching. Your heart will know before your mind understands, and everything will suddenly make sense. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They've been tested through loss, through guilt, through awakening. The person who once hid their truth has been reborn in spirit. You will not recognize their old energy because heaven has replaced it with wisdom and humility. Archangel Michael says, forgiveness is the bridge between what was and what's to come. Let your heart stay open, not to the past, but to the possibility that love can resurrect itself when heaven decides it's time. Your patience is about to be rewarded. You were the reason they changed. You were the reason they healed. And even though the distance felt like punishment, it was their silent promise to return to you as someone better. You'll see the truth in their eyes when they speak your name again. It won't be in words, it'll be in the trembling of their voice, the way they look at you like they've seen a miracle. Because you are their miracle. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There was interference too, people, opinions, fears, and timing all tangled together to delay what was already written. But no human hand can stop what heaven has sealed. The reconnection has already begun in spirit. They are dreaming of you again. They wake up thinking about you, feeling your absence like a heartbeat missing its rhythm. The moment they stopped pretending, heaven opened a new chapter with both your names written across it. Your connection is older than this lifetime. It's built from promises made before birth, between two souls that vowed to find each other again no matter the chaos. That's why you keep crossing paths in signs, songs, and emotions you can't explain. Archangel Michael says, be still, divine timing is now circling around you. Every blocked path will open, every unanswered prayer will return with a reply more powerful than words. All you must do is stay in faith, for destiny is already on the move. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The reason for your distance will soon make you cry, not out of pain, but release. Because you'll realize they were protecting you all along, not abandoning you. They carried guilt silently, thinking they weren't enough for the love you gave. And now, heaven has intervened. Something will pull you two back together in a way no one expects, a call, a coincidence, a message that changes everything. This will not be imagination, it will be divine confirmation. They will confess the truth that's been buried for so long. Every unanswered message, every unexplained silence, will find its reason. You'll see how fate used distance to refine love instead of destroy it. Archangel Michael says, prepare your heart. The person in your head is closer than ever before. The silence is about to end, and the truth is about to begin. Type Amen to get blessing 999. When they come forward, don't let anger speak first. Let understanding lead. What you're about to hear will shatter your doubt and replace it with divine peace. The angels have already set the stage. Every delay, every obstacle, was a rehearsal for this reunion. Heaven is about to fulfill a promise that's been echoing in both your souls for years. You will notice sudden peace in your heart right before it happens. That's the angelic sign of alignment. Nothing about this was random, even the pain had purpose. You had to become light so you could recognize their transformation. You'll remember these words when they appear again. You'll smile, because you'll know, love was never gone, it was simply evolving. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The time of separation is ending. You will soon see the proof in a way you can touch, hear, and feel. Archangel Michael says the heavens are aligning events so that you cannot miss the sign when it comes. It might be a message sent by mistake, a song that plays at the exact moment you think of them, or a place you both once visited suddenly calling you back. These are not coincidences, they are keys unlocking divine timing. Hold steady. You've come too far to doubt now. The same power that separated you for healing is now bringing you back for fulfillment. When they speak, you will see the love you always felt but never heard. The eyes never lie, they'll tell you what the words could not. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The story that began with pain will end with peace. You are stepping into the final act where truth restores everything that was lost. The energy between you is shifting, glowing, rising again like the sunrise after years of darkness. Archangel Michael says, this union is protected by divine forces. No one can interrupt what heaven has authorized. You are both under spiritual protection, and your next chapter will be guided by love itself. You've already won the hardest battle, believing in love when it seemed impossible. Now your faith will be rewarded in ways that will leave you speechless. Get ready, my beloved child. The person you keep feeling in your heart is preparing to return with the truth you deserve. The distance will finally make sense, and your souls will recognize each other again, this time, without fear, without hiding, without delay. The truth is, their silence was never meant to destroy you, it was the bridge between what was broken and what could be made whole. Every tear that fell from your eyes watered the seeds of divine timing. Those quiet nights where you whispered their name into the void were heard by heaven louder than any cry. They loved you from a distance because their soul was not yet ready to stand before yours without trembling. They feared that their pain would poison the love that was meant to heal you. So instead, they stepped away, not because they didn't care, but because they cared too deeply to let their chaos touch your light. Archangel Michael says, you must know this, not every separation is punishment. Some are sacred pauses written by heaven to realign your destiny. And now, that divine clock is moving again, the waiting is ending, the story is turning. In the coming days, you'll feel it. A sudden calm, a shift in energy, a message that comes out of nowhere but feels like everything. The distance that haunted you will melt like morning mist when the truth shines through. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. They have been guided back toward you, step by step, moment by moment. Angels have whispered your name into their dreams, urging them to make peace with what they ran from. The guilt that once chained them has turned into longing, a longing they can no longer silence. Your name sits heavy on their heart. They think of what they could have said, what they should have done, what might have been if fear hadn't won. But now, Archangel Michael says, courage is being restored within them. The same power that kept them away is now drawing them back. Every sign you've seen lately, repeating numbers, familiar songs, their initials flashing somewhere, these are the wings of the divine brushing against your timeline. The spiritual realm is realigning everything you once lost. And when they return, it will not be timid or uncertain. It will be a confession that shakes your soul awake, a truth they've carried too long, now finally released into your arms. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You've both walked through storms that could have drowned weaker hearts. But somehow, through it all, you never stopped feeling each other. That's what makes your bond sacred. That's what makes this story worth every delay. They had to learn that love is not ownership, it's growth. They had to learn that to love you truly, they had to first love themselves. And heaven gave them the time and space to discover that truth. Now, their heart beats with a different rhythm, a rhythm that matches yours again. The distance that once felt endless is now collapsing under divine purpose. You're both being led back to the place where your souls first recognized each other. Archangel Michael says, destiny is calling. Don't resist what's coming. It's not a repeat of the past, it's a rebirth into something higher. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. You will notice signs in clusters, dreams that feel too real, flashes of memories that replay for no reason, familiar scents that follow you when you're alone. These are confirmations. Heaven is syncing your energies again. They are also feeling it. Restless nights, waves of emotion, sudden thoughts of you that stop them in their tracks. The divine is pushing them to take action, to speak the truth they've buried beneath silence. When you meet again, the air will shift. Time will pause. Every unanswered moment will finally make sense, and your heart will know you were never forgotten. The pain will transform into something radiant and real. You will understand that this separation was not loss, it was the sacred preparation for love in its purest form. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Archangel Michael says, a sacred revelation is on its way to you. You will not have to chase it, it will arrive when your spirit is still and ready to receive. Let go of the fear that it might not happen, it already has, in realms you cannot yet see. They have been watching your growth from afar, amazed by your strength. They know you've changed too. The person you've become will meet them on a higher plane where truth replaces fear. Your reunion will not be the same as before. It will carry the maturity of two hearts that survived the test of divine silence. And heaven will smile, for its plan will finally be complete. When their voice reaches you again, it will carry the weight of every unspoken apology, every unexpressed word, every moment they wished they had told you sooner. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Their love has not faded, it has deepened. It matured in the shadows of separation, growing into something sacred and unbreakable. The angels say, this is not coincidence, it is the fulfillment of a promise made between two souls. You will soon see their name appear where you least expect it. It might be online, on paper, or through another person's lips. That's the universe's signal, the connection is active again. Archangel Michael says, hold your peace and be receptive. Don't let impatience sabotage what heaven has so delicately prepared. Every second of waiting will be redeemed. What you thought was the end was simply an intermission before a divine encore. The curtain is lifting, and the next act is about to begin. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. You will notice the shift when it happens. Birds will cross your path at strange hours, lights will flicker, the world will feel unusually still right before something unfolds. These are signals of alignment. Pay attention. The person you loved has found their strength again. They've broken chains of pride and confusion that once bound them. They're ready to show up, to speak, to prove that love never left, it only transformed. Their heart has been purified through fire, their mind renewed through reflection, their soul anchored in divine grace. This love story is no longer fragile, it's protected, fortified, and blessed. Archangel Michael says, your patience will be crowned with joy. The one who was distant will soon become your closest companion again. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. There's a final test before the miracle manifests. You will be asked to release fear one last time. Don't panic when it feels quiet again. Silence is always the last breath before manifestation. The angels are moving behind the scenes, aligning perfect timing, setting divine appointments. Nothing is delayed anymore, it's all synchronized to arrive when your heart is most ready. They are already thinking of reaching out, rehearsing what to say, preparing the words that will bridge the distance. The confession will not just be about love, it will carry truth that heals generations of pain. When you hear it, tears will fall not from sadness, but from relief. You'll feel heaven's presence between you, sealing the moment with peace. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Archangel Michael says, rejoice, for what was once lost is being restored. The distance that tormented your spirit is ending. A divine meeting, planned long ago, is about to manifest in your timeline. Your heart will recognize it instantly. The energy will feel warm, familiar, safe. You'll know this was never fantasy, it was prophecy unfolding. So breathe deeply, beloved. Stay open. Stay grounded, and trust that everything that left was only making room for what's meant to stay. The person in your head is not gone, they're on their way home. And when that moment comes, you'll understand that love never truly leaves, it only travels through distance to learn how to return stronger.